Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job, but it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world, and we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
I'm Doc Rivers, and I'm proud to present a new podcast documentary series called It Was Said Sports, where I guide you through 6 of the most impactful and timeless speeches in sports history. Listen and follow It Was Said Sports, a documentary podcast presentation of Shining City Audio, a C13 Originals, and John Meacham Studio. Available now on Odyssey and wherever you listen to your podcasts.
News Talk 830 WCCO Sports with Mike Max.
So my question is, Michael, have you exercised yet, or are you just to your second cup of coffee?
Second cup of coffee. Went out to the store quick, made a quick run on an errand, had my smoothie.
Nice.
And now and then when I get done here, then we go over to Lifetime and
then you're
here
set.
we go.
Yeah. I never have worked out at that one. I was in there once, out in Eden Prairie, right? The big one, the flagship.
Well, I go to several different ones because they got so many great locations. So it's wherever I need to be next is where I go. So I might go to Chanhassen or St. Louis Park, or
that's my
Eden
stomping
Prairie
ground.
has 2 of them. Or there's one, there's a new one in Edina now.
Oh,
that's connected to Southdale. And that's kind of cool, and it's vertical.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone up to the top. The top of it on the roof has a swimming pool that's supposed to be really nice too.
Cool.
But basically it's you go from floor to floor as opposed to one great big workout area.
That's kind of fun.
So and once in a while I go to the Arena Club downtown. That's what I love about it. Wherever I am, there they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just keep your bag in the car.
Exactly.
Right.
Today might be a good day to go for a run over the Stone Arch Bridge.
Oh, telling you, it's gorgeous today. Just a beautiful day.
I love taking that run, and I might have to do that first, then finish it off at the club.
All right. I think it's a good plan, all things considered. Now, the Vikings back to regular games this week, practicing. We might even hear from Kirk Cousins. Is that right? Today?
Yeah, so it's Wednesday. So every Wednesday, the head coach and the quarterback and then other assorted people talk. And so today, Kirk Cousins and Mike Zimmer will address the media as they prepare for Cincinnati on Sunday, and then they'll commence practice, and Christian Darrisaw, they hope, will be back practicing again. He's the tackle that they had, first-round pick that they had kind of slated as a starter, but he hasn't practiced much because of injury. So they're going to look at him maybe today, and then they keep working with their tight ends. Ben Ellison, who they signed last week from Howley, Minnesota, and North Dakota State, and then played for Jacksonville the last couple of years. He'll be interesting to see if they work him into their run-blocking scheme some, because he's a big, strong guy, and see if he can get some time there. They just signed him last week. So those are the things that you kind of look at right now. Assuming that everybody's healthy, Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, the wide receivers, of course, didn't play much during the preseason. And we're assuming that they're healthy enough. Anthony Barr is still a question mark. They'll see what he looks like today. The forecast, I think going in was more that he'd be ready maybe for week 2, not week 1. But those are the things that they look at now as they prepare for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, the Bengals. Coach Zimmer's old stomping ground.
Yeah. He still lives only about, his home is only about half hour from Cincinnati, his other home,
Yeah. So this isn't the first time he's played in Cincinnati. No, it wouldn't be that. He probably has played there before, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Have they been
Jimmy
back
thought
there
maybe
since
not.
I don't think so. He had that, that he coached against the last year that he was defensive coordinator there. He had a great line. They were playing the Vikings, and Adrian Peterson, of course, was the feature piece, and he Zimmer, of course, had no idea he was going to have the Vikings coach, but he's coaching the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're facing Peterson, and he went into his defensive players, and he says, Adrian Peterson is going to the Hall of Fame, boys, but he ain't going there this week. They proceeded to shut him down and beat the Vikings quite handily that week.
Oh man, where is Adrian now? I like to keep track of him.
He is not in football right now. He didn't land a job unless something happened that I haven't seen in the last few days, and so this is going to be. I worry a little bit about Adrian, on a personal level, just with the money problems that he's had, and it's one thing when you can always get another contract to solve some of them. It's another thing when you can't get another contract.
Yeah, no kidding. Yuck. Well, we wish him the best. He was fun to watch. Let's talk a little bit about amateur baseball season. The amateur baseball season wrapping up.
Yeah, wrapped up on Monday with Championship Monday. And the Sobieski Skis won the Class C championship. Chanhassen won the Class B championship on Sunday. They had a beautiful sun-drenched weekend. I was out in Waconia on Sunday to watch Waconia and Alexandria. It was packed with people. It was just awesome. I mean, it was 80 degrees, and when God said let's play baseball, that's what he had in mind, kind of thing, and good crowds. It was Waconia being in it, and
nice.
The hamburgers being fried.
Oh man,
there with the state board. They did it right, and then they got the not the first weekend so much, but the last weekend there they got blessed with that great weather, man. And they had over 20,000, which was a good number for them for the tournament, and so it was all good.
Wonderful. Mike, every time I talk to you, it's all good. You always say something funny, like when God said, let's play baseball, have it be the weather this way. I can only imagine God saying that. All right, have a beautiful
morning. Good to
morning.
talk to you, Susie,
bye, dude.
always.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is 8:47, 61 degrees, sunny skies on WCCO.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world. And we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
Odyssey's going back to school, and we've got all the supplies you need, like A+ exclusive music stations and podcasts to help you or your student excel. Wake up and get the school day started with Acoustic Sunrise, the best mix of acoustic pop. Hit the books with Classical Odyssey, passionate classical music to help you focus while you study. Listen to essential school podcasts like Grammar Girl's Quick and Dirty Tips for Better Writing, and be inspired with TED Talks Daily. Get back to school with new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts on Odyssey.